Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Engineers on a Budget. My name is Sam and today we are doing two things. We are talking about the budget reset that we're going to be doing for the 2023 that we're going to start implementing in December, and then we are also going to go ahead and do the budget with me for December. So yeah, let's jump into it. Okay, so the budget that we're going to be doing for 2023 and we're going to start implementing in December is known as the 50-30-20 budget, and it is 50% are your needs, 30% are your wants, and then 20% are your savings. So what I want to do first is I want to go through all of these and mark them as either a need, want, or savings, and then I want to go ahead and make a note for the beginning of December on the amount of money that I want to put aside to get put into the needs, wants, savings envelopes. And my daughter and I made them today. So we have, let me see, we have 4 envelopes. So we have the needs envelope, so anything that we need like transportation, housing, things like that. We'll go over that in a second. Wants, I have dog hair all over everything right now. So for the wants envelopes, this is going to be the want categories like kid spending, our spending, buying food, like going out to eat, alcohol, anything like that. And then we have a savings one, and this is just going to be kind of a catch-all savings, and then we'll go ahead and take the money in the savings and then put it into other envelopes. And then we have an emergency. So this next year I want to put $10,000 into our emergency fund because we've had a little more spending the last few months than I'm really comfortable with, so I want to go ahead and beef up our emergency fund again. So that's what this is for. So I'm going to put these to the side. And first thing we're going to do is go through and identify the categories we have right now and if they are needs or wants. So student loan, and I'm using my cheat sheet here that I went ahead and already wrote this out so we can just talk about it and I don't have to think about it. Student loans is a need. And then I'm not going to have any money transfer into December because I already paid for my student loans. HELOC is also a need because it is a debt that we have to pay. Same thing for HELOC. I already transferred the money over. I'm sorry, I have to move this a little bit. Utilities is a need. I do want to go ahead and transfer whatever is left. Let's see how much is left. So we just paid our utility bill, so the rest of this is going to be transferred over. So we have 120.45 for utilities. $145, and then water is going to be a need. So I have 1, 2, 3, 10, 15, so we'll transfer that over. Okay, all right. 315 for that one. Maids, I'm putting it under the need category because it's a home expense. I don't necessarily need the maids, but it just fits better into the need category for us. So that is going to be 190. Miscellaneous is not going to get put in anything, but I am going to put the money into my emergency fund to start off. So that is going to be, how much is in the emergency fund? All right, so we have 50, 70, 95. So we'll have the 95 and miscellaneous go into the emergency fund. All right, so 95 for emergency fund. And then internet is a need. We're gonna do 83 just to cover December. Phone is also a need, and that is one. What did I put for phone? 138. Let's see, what else do we have here? Subscriptions is gonna move into want. And I won't think we're gonna do 40 for that one, moving over into want. Charity is in the need category, so that is going to be 55 moving into that. And then allowance, I think we're going to do under want. And I don't even know how much I have in the allowance. Oh boy, oh boy. Like 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 152. An allowance, which will be transferred into want. I don't know, maybe we'll do need. I think we're gonna keep that in need because I am really wanting to focus on my kids' financial IQ. So I'm gonna keep this in need. And that was 52. So that's all of these guys. And then we're gonna go ahead. So for our cash envelopes, groceries is a need. And then toiletries is a need. Family fund is a want. Spending is a want. Gas is a need. And then miscellaneous is just going to go into our fund, emergency fund. I'm not going to put any amount here, but whatever is left over at the end of our pay period that we would normally put into rollover, that's where these categories are going to go into. So, all right, so clothing. Clothing is going to be a want, and as well as electronics. Oh, want. Let's see, gifts is a want. Kids is a want. Medical is a need. Pets, I'm going to do two things. We're going to put it into an emergency fund. And then we're going to put that into need. Spending is going to be a want, and then subscriptions is going to be a want. There's not going to be a rollover anymore. We'll just keep the money in the either need, want, or savings category. And then I'm not going to put the amount, whatever is there when we do our, I guess right before our cash stuffing for my first paycheck in December, we'll go ahead and move whatever's in those envelopes into the 3 envelopes we have now. All right, so let's see, birthdays, we're going to keep birthdays. So it's going to go into the savings. Cars is going to go into where need. Christmas we're going to keep. It's going to be a savings category. Holidays is also going to be a savings category. Home is going to go into need, and then travel is going to go into savings. And then I want to highlight these. So we had birthdays, Christmas, holidays, and travel. Alright, so that's going to be my savings envelope. And then we're going to have savings is going to go into my emergency fund. And then buffer is also going to go into my emergency fund. So whatever, so we're not going to have these because I want to wait until I'm done with my last unstuffing, and then we'll see how much is left in any of these categories and then transfer them over to whichever category it fits. So what I did to help me remember when I do these is I made these little like cards, and so I have my needs, and these are the categories that I'm used to using. And then I want to add allowance because that one was not on here. So I'm going to add allowance. So these are my needs. So I have student loan, HELOC, utilities, water, maids, internet, phone, charity, groceries, toiletries, gas, medical, pets, insurance, and allowance. So what I'm hoping is that this, when I go to unstuff, I can look at like the different categories I used to unstuff for, and then it will help me identify which envelope to pull from. So I'm just going to stick this in the back. So it'll look like this, and then the money will be in the front, and then when I try and change it over, I'll be able to see all of the categories here. So that is it for needs, and then wants is subscription, family fun, spending, miscellaneous, clothing, electronics, gifts, dance, swim, kids, anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one in here. And then savings. So the savings envelope, so I have the two envelopes here. I have savings and I have emergencies. And then we're also going to do Christmas, travel, holidays, and birthdays as well. So the envelopes that I have in my binder now, we will continue to use, but my plan is when I do my cash stuffing, I'll stuff it all into savings, and then at the end of, we'll do a savings challenge thing, and then I'll use the money in savings to fund the emergency fund, and then like these guys. And I did go ahead and put goals, like caps for all of these. I don't think I'll get to them. My number one priority is get $10,000 in emergency, and then we'll see what we can do for the rest of them. But I did want to go ahead and put this one in here. Alrighty, and then we will go ahead and set this to the side, and we will, after my next unstuffing, we'll go ahead and get all of the binders ready, and then we will be ready for our first cash stuffing, which is on the 2nd of December. So I'm going to go ahead and put this aside, and I'm going to get my setup for our December budget with me. So be right back. Alright, so this is my breakdown. It looks a little different because I did it in a pie chart, and we're just going to go ahead and make some notes. So in December I have 3 paychecks, and so the total for all 3 of those together for take-home pay is going to be about $8,829. And then what we're going to do is 8829, so times 50% or 0.5 is, we are going to be stuffing $4,414.50. Now the cents are probably just going to stay in the bank account. So we'll stuff $4,414 throughout the month to our needs envelope. And then 8829 times 0.3 for 30% for our wants, and that is $2,648.70. And then for savings, 8829 times 0.2 is $1,765.80. So this way, what I'm looking to do is I have the money, I have what that money can be used for based on like my cash envelopes that I had before. And this way it just gives me, it still tells me where my money's going, but it gives me more, well, not control, but I don't feel like I need to be saving $5 into different envelopes every month and every week. It just gets a little overwhelming for us, just because of the amount of stuff that we have going on. So I'm hoping that the 50-30-20 budgeting method helps me for the year 2023. I think the cash envelope method is very helpful. It was just a lot to kind of manage putting money in and the same kind of money every paycheck, the same amount into the different envelopes and stuff. And I felt like I kept changing my envelopes and I had too many envelopes and then I didn't have enough envelopes. And so I'm just hoping that the 50, 30, 20 will align better with kind of how I manage my finances anyway. So the other side of this will be doing my budget with me for my first paycheck coming up soon, so you'll see that. But then I also have like the amount that I have for assets and liabilities to determine net worth, and then debt update to do every month. So hopefully come the new year I'll do this better, because the last year was a little hectic to get it taken care of. So I'm excited for this 50, 30, 20. And a lot of our, when I do my budget with me for my first paycheck, I will show you what the rest of the pages look like to help me manage and track our spending while still kind of working to meet the goals that we have for this year. So I'm very excited. I hope you still follow along with me and kind of see how this new budgeting method works for us. And yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe, and let me know what you think of the 50, 30, 20, if you've used it before, or if you're thinking about changing up your budget for the new year. I'm very interested in hearing what other people are considering doing. But until next time, be safe. Bye.